Hello students, in the last presentation we have discussed multiplexing and demultiplexing of address and data bus. Now in this presentation I would like to explain the interrupts of an 8085 microprocessor. Okay. Here interrupt is a signal sent by an external device to a microprocessor. So here an interrupt is a signal sent by an external device to a microprocessor to request the processor to perform a particular task. To request the processor to perform a particular task. Okay, so here this is the definition of an interrupt. So that means the interrupt is generated by an external device. So here the external device is nothing but, so that means what are the devices are connected to the microprocessor, so those are called as an external devices. That means a peripherals. So the peripherals are generate a signal to the microprocessor. That means it will request the processor to perform a particular task. So that is nothing but an interrupt. Okay. So another definition is an immediate action to be performed for that signal. Okay. So that is also called as an interrupt. Okay, so that means it is also called as a special condition. The occurrence of a special condition is also called as an interrupt. So that means whenever we are executing of a program, a special condition is occur. Okay, so we are stopping our current instruction, then we are going to that interrupt. After execution of that interrupt, and again we are come back to our original program. So that is nothing but an interrupt. So interrupt is a special condition. That means we have to respond to that condition immediately. So that is nothing but an interrupt. Okay, so the interrupts in mainly the microprocessor based systems. Okay, in microprocessor based systems, the interrupts are used for a data transfer. Used for a data transfer between the peripheral to microprocessor. Okay, data transfer between the peripherals to the a microprocessor. If there is any interrupt, okay, after receiving of an interrupt, a microprocessor send an acknowledgement to the peripherals. Okay, so after receiving of an interrupt, an microprocessor send an acknowledgement to the microprocessor. So that signal is called as an INTA bar. So that means bar is nothing but it is an active low signal. So INTA is nothing but interrupt acknowledgement. Okay, so and after that whenever we are receiving of that interrupt, and after the execution of that interrupt service routine, so that is interrupt service Okay, after the execution of an interrupt service routine, this is again go to the our original program. So by using an instruction, so that is RET. So RET is nothing but the written instruction. Okay, so RET is nothing but written instruction. By using this written instruction, after execution of this interrupt service routine, it will again come back to the original program. Okay, so the 8085 microprocessor has so many interrupts. Okay, so those interrupts are so many interrupts. So those interrupts are, first one is vectored interrupts. Vectored interrupts. And next one is a non-vectored interrupts. Okay, next one is maskable interrupts. Maskable interrupts. And one last one is a non-maskable non-maskable interrupts. Okay, now we will discuss about the each and every interrupt. Okay, so here vectored interrupt. So the vectored interrupt is nothing but a manufacturer itself allocate a specific address to store the interrupt service routine. So that is nothing but a vectored interrupt. So here the vectored interrupt is nothing but a specific address defined by the microprocessor. So a specific address is defined by the manufacturer. Okay, so a specific address is defined by the manufacturer. So that is called, that type of instructions is called as a vectored interrupt. Okay, so the examples of vectored interrupts are, so examples of vectored interrupts are trap. So RST 7.5, RST 6.5, so RST 5.5, RST 02, RST 7. Okay, so these are the vectored interrupt. Okay, so next coming to the non-vectored interrupts. Non-vectored. So next coming to the non-vectored interrupts. Non-vectored interrupts. So here the non-vectored interrupt is nothing but there is no specific address to store the interrupt service routine, but which device is provide and generate an interrupt. So that device will provide a specific address to this type of interrupts. So that is nothing but a non-vectored interrupt. That means here there is no specific address. Specific address So, but which device is generates, that means which external device is generates an interrupt, that device will allocate a specific address to store the interrupt service routine. Okay, so external device give address to store ISR. So ISR is nothing but interrupt service routine. Okay, so this is nothing but a non-vectored interrupt. So here the example of non-vectored interrupt is, so example of a non-vectored interrupt is a trap. Okay, so next coming to the maskable interrupt. Next topic is a maskable interrupt. Maskable it is a maskable interrupt. So here the maskable interrupt is nothing but the enabling and disabling of an interrupt is under the program control. Okay, so enabling and disabling is under the program control. So that type of interrupts is called as a maskable interrupts. So the examples of the maskable interrupts is, so examples of maskable interrupts is RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5. Okay, so RST 0 to RST 7. Okay, so these are the examples of a maskable interrupts. Okay, so and next INTR is a non-maskable interrupt. Now one thing you have to remember, so here a non-maskable device and after that I will tell you. Okay, so here this is a RST 0 to RST 7. Okay, these are the examples of maskable interrupts. Now we are going to discuss about the non-maskable interrupts. Non-maskable interrupts. Non-maskable interrupts. Here the non-maskable interrupts is disabling is not under the control of the processor. Okay, so disabling of an interrupt is not under the control of processor. So the example of non-maskable interrupt is a trap. So example of Non-maskable interrupt is a trap. Trap is a non-maskable interrupt. So here enabling or disabling, that means disabling of an interrupt is not under the control of the processor. That is nothing but we have to compulsory respond to this trap interrupt. Okay, so for example, if another interrupt, that is RST 7.5, RST 6.5, we have to enable or disable is under our who are the programmer, so is under the control of the programmer. But the trap is a non-maskable interrupt. That means we have to compulsory execute this instruction. That means trap. We have to compulsory execute the trap instruction. Okay, so that is nothing but a non-maskable interrupts. Now we will discuss about types of interrupts. Types of interrupts. Types of interrupts. Types of interrupts. There are two types of interrupts. That means the 8085 has two types of interrupts. Those are the hardware interrupts and software interrupts. Hardware interrupts. Hardware interrupts and software. Hardware interrupts and software interrupts. Now, what are the hardware interrupts? So here the hardware interrupt is nothing but here an external device is generate an interrupt to the microprocessor. That means whatever the external devices are connected to the microprocessor, an external device generates an interrupt to microprocessor. So that means what are the external devices? That means the peripherals like input device, output device. So whatever it may be, the external device is connected to the microprocessor. So that interrupt is called as an hardware interrupt. So that means it will generated by the system. Okay, so those are called as hardware interrupts. So the examples of an hardware interrupt is trap, next RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5. Okay, next one is INTR. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the 8085 microprocessor has 5 types of hardware interrupts. So 8085, so microprocessor has 5 types of hardware interrupts. 5 types of hardware interrupts. Okay, so those 5 types of hardware interrupts are trap, RST 7.5, RST 6.5, RST 5.5 and INTR. Okay, so now we will discuss about each and every interrupt. Okay, the first interrupt is the trap. first interrupt is the trap. Okay, so here the trap is a non-maskable interrupt. So here trap is a non-maskable non-maskable interrupt, and it is an highest priority interrupt. It is an highest priority interrupt. The trap is used edge and level triggering. The trap is used both edge and level triggering, and the ISR address of this trap. So ISR is nothing but the interrupt service routine address of trap is 0024H. Okay, so here the trap is nothing but a non-maskable highest priority, and it is used as edge and level triggering, and the ISR address of this trap is 0024H. And next, after that, RST 7.5. So here this RST 7.5, RST is nothing but restart 7.5. So here it is a restart 7.5. So it is a maskable interrupt. So here it is a maskable interrupt. It is a maskable interrupt, and it is a second priority interrupt. So a trap is an highest priority, and a 7.5 is a second highest priority. Second highest priority. Okay, so here it is used a positive level triggering. It is used a positive level triggering. It is used a positive level triggering. Okay, so next one is the RST 6.5. So RST 6.5. So it is RST is nothing but restart 6.5, and it is also a maskable interrupt, and it is also a maskable interrupt. Okay, so it is a third highest priority. Third highest priority. It is also used the positive level triggering. Okay, so and next after that RST 5.5. So after that RST 5.5. So here the RST 5.5 is also a maskable interrupt, and it is a fourth highest priority, and it is a fourth highest priority. Okay, so and after that INR, after interrupt is INTR. So here the INTR is nothing but interrupt receive. Okay, so interrupt receive is nothing but whenever an interrupt is received by the microprocessor to the peripheral device, we have to respond that interrupt. Okay, so that is nothing but an INTR. That means it will receive an interrupt to the microprocessor. So INTR is nothing but interrupt receive. So INTR is nothing but interrupt receive. Whenever a peripheral device is sent to an interrupt to the microprocessor, so that interrupt is received by using this INTR signal. Okay, so this INTR is a okay, so after receiving of this interrupt receive, after execution of the ISR is nothing but interrupt service routine. So it will send an acknowledgement to the peripherals. So by using a signal, so that is nothing but INTA bar. Okay, so INTA bar is called as interrupt acknowledgement. Interrupt INT is called as an interrupt acknowledgement, and it is a lowest priority interrupt, and it is a lowest priority interrupt. Okay, in a technical exam point of view also, for this microprocessor they have two questions. So in 8085 microprocessor, which interrupt is at highest priority? So the trap is an highest priority interrupt, and trap is also a non-maskable interrupt. And another question is in 8085 which type of interrupt has the lowest priority? So that means INTA bar is a lowest priority interrupt. So these 2 points are very important. Okay, so now these are the hardware interrupts. Now we are going to discuss about the software interrupts. Software interrupts. Okay, software interrupt is nothing but the program. So that means here a microprocessor can have a set of instructions are stored in the memory. Okay, that means a microprocessor is a programmable device. That means a program, whenever you are executing of program, the programmer will generate an interrupt. So that is nothing but a software interrupt. Okay, whenever you are executing of an interrupt, so for example, so here these are the instructions. That means this is a program. Okay, so here this is a program. When you are executing of this program, and this program will generate an interrupt. Okay, so this program is generates an interrupt. That means a signal. Okay, so that type of interrupts is called as a software interrupts. Okay, so the 8085 microprocessor has 8 software interrupts are there. Those software interrupts are RST0, RST1, RST2, RST3, RST4, RST5, RST6 and RST7. So here RST is nothing but restart. Okay, so 0 to 7, total 8 software interrupts. Okay, so the vector address of this software interrupts are, these are the vector addresses. So here these are the 0000H. Here H is nothing but an hexadecimal values. That means a microprocessor can understand only the low level language. So that means it can understand only the hexadecimal values. Okay, so here H is nothing but it is an hexadecimal value. Okay, so here 0000 for RST0 and RST1 is 8 and RST2 is 10H, RST3 is 18H and RST4 is 20H, RST5 is 28H, RST6 is 30H, RST7 is 38H. Okay, so now I am already discussed in the previous videos also a microprocessor. The address of the microprocessor is an 8-bit processor. So that means 8-bit processor is nothing but what? So the processor can process the information, 8-bit of information at a time. So that is nothing but an 8-bit processor. So here 8 bits, that is nothing but these 4 bits nothing but 0, that means 4 these are 4 and another 4, total 8 bits. Okay, so hexa, I think already know this concept in the digital electronics, how to write the hexadecimal numbers. Okay, so the up to now these are the interrupt concept of an 8085 microprocessor. Okay, thank you.